Country music legend Dolly Parton has opened up in a heartfelt interview about the passing of her beloved husband Carl Dean, revealing that he had been battling a long illness prior to his death earlier this year. Speaking with The Independent, the 78-year-old icon disclosed that Dean had been unwell for quite some time before passing away at age 82 on March 3. Dean, who was known for his aversion to the public spotlight, was a constant and quiet presence in Parton's life for more than 6 decades. Despite her fame and widespread recognition, Parton and Dean kept much of their relationship private. In the interview, Parton expressed her deep sorrow over his loss, noting that even though he is no longer physically with her, she continues to feel his presence in everyday moments. "I really feel his presence," she shared. "I just try to go on, because I know I have to." Her words reflected the strength she draws from both her personal resilience and her faith, which has played a major role in helping her cope with the grief. Parton went on to describe the conflicting emotions that came with her husband's prolonged illness. "He was ill for quite a while, and part of me was at peace that he was at peace and not suffering anymore," she said. However, she emphasized that knowing someone is no longer in pain doesn't fully ease the sorrow. "That still doesn't make up for the loss and the loneliness of it," she admitted. As someone who has always been open about her strong spiritual beliefs, Parton said that her faith continues to be a major source of comfort. "I am a person of faith, and I truly believe that I'm going to see him again someday," she said. "I see him every day in my memories and in my heart, and in all the things that we used to do and all the things that we've built together." Despite the emotional pain, Parton remains grounded in the belief that they will one day be reunited. She also spoke about the challenge of rebuilding her life in the wake of such a profound loss. "You just kind of have to learn to kind of make new plans, but that's the hardest part." Her words resonated with anyone who has faced the difficult process of adapting to life after losing a loved one. When Dean passed away, Parton released a statement through the Associated Press, confirming his death in Nashville and requesting privacy for a quiet, family-only funeral. In her statement, she reflected on the life they built together. "Carl and I spent many wonderful years together. Words can't do justice to the love we shared for over 60 years." She ended with a heartfelt message to her fans: "Thank you for your prayers and sympathy." Parton's marriage to Carl Dean was remarkable not just for its length, but also for its low profile. The couple stayed out of the limelight as much as possible, with Dean often avoiding public appearances entirely. Despite this, he was a significant influence in her life and career, sometimes even inspiring her music in unexpected ways. One such example is her iconic 1973 hit, Jolene. During her headlining performance at the 2014 Glastonbury Festival, Parton recounted the story behind the song to an enthusiastic crowd. She revealed that the song was loosely based on a real-life situation involving her husband and an attractive red-headed bank teller who seemed to have a fondness for Dean. "Some of you may or may not know that that song was loosely based on a little bit of truth," she told the audience. "I wrote that years ago when my husband was spending a little more time with Jolene than I thought he should be." The crowd reacted with boos at the thought of Dean's wandering attention, but Parton quickly reassured them with her trademark humor and wit. "I put a stop to that and got rid of that redhead woman in a hurry," which was met with cheers. Rather than let jealousy or insecurity consume her, Parton turned the situation into musical gold. "I want you folks to know, though, that something good can come from anything," she added with a smile. "Had it not been for that woman, I would never have written Jolene, and I wouldn't have made all that money, so thank you, Jolene." Parton has spoken about Jolene in various interviews over the years, including a 2008 conversation with NPR where she offered more insight into the inspiration behind the track. She described the bank teller as having a striking appearance and a magnetic charm. "She had this terrible crush on my husband, and he just loved going to the bank because she paid him so much attention," she said. "It was kind of like a running joke between us, when I was saying, 'Hell, you're spending a lot of time at the bank. I don't believe we've got that kind of money.'" Despite the humorous tone, Parton admitted that the emotions behind the song were genuine. She noted that even the most beautiful women can feel threatened in the face of a perceived rival. "She had everything I didn't, like legs. You know, she was about 6 feet tall," Parton joked. "So no matter how beautiful a woman might be, you're always threatened by certain things. You're always threatened by other women, period." Interestingly, while the story behind Jolene was born out of real emotions, the name itself came from an entirely different source. During a concert, a young girl came up to Parton for an autograph, and her name left a lasting impression. One night, I was on stage, and there was this beautiful little girl. She was probably 8 years old at the time, Parton recalled. She had this beautiful red hair, this beautiful skin, these beautiful green eyes, and she was looking up at me, holding, for an autograph. When Parton asked her name, the girl replied, Jolene. Parton remembered thinking, that is pretty. That sounds like a song. I'm going to write a song about that. In true Dolly Parton fashion, she took both pain and beauty from her real life and transformed it into art that would become timeless. Now, as she copes with the death of her lifelong partner, she continues to reflect on her journey with Carl Dean with the same blend of humor, honesty, and grace that fans have always admired in her. Their love story, though marked by private moments and quiet struggles, remains one of deep devotion and enduring connection. And even as she faces life without him, Dolly Parton's words make it clear, the bond they shared will never truly be broken. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more updates on celebrity deaths and news updates.